Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to installment 51 of our Pokemon Emerald Let's Play. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be taking on Champion Wallace. And that means two things for us. One, this is the end of our main journey in Pokemon Emerald. You know, this is technically where the game wraps up. And just thinking in retrospect, it's hard to fathom that we've got here, thinking about where I was 6 months ago, and you know, it being the start of my playthrough and my Let's Play journey, and the start of my hobby on YouTube, versus where we are today, and it's absolutely insane and wild to me to think about that. I'm so grateful that I stuck with this, because it has been so rewarding. Anyway, number two, that means that after today, we will start what is effectively the post-game. And, you know, that is not a ton of content, but there will be some episodes going out probably later in the week. And I'm gonna try my hardest to stay on top of that, considering kind of my 2-week lapse since we last defeated Drake, and where we are today. And the reason for that has been because of some unexpected travel for my day job, as well as me getting this nasty, like, 10-day head cold that just completely knocked me out. I don't know, that was like the weirdest thing in the world. You know, allergies or weather change or whatever the hell it was, I was just completely on my butt. But anyway, today we have Wallace. The team that I'm starting with is DeWalt. I think our main players are obviously going to be Rango, DeWalt, Bruce with that Ice Beam might come in handy, and Guts with Aerial Ace, you'll see later. Labubu and Groucho are effectively going to be a non-factor in this fight because, well, Wallace is a water type. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and fight Champion Wallace. I am fired up for this, baby. I'm pumped. I've been looking forward to this. Wallace, welcome, Odie. That incident in Sootopolis City, that was superb work, putting an end to that crisis all by yourself. Oops! It wouldn't be fair to say that you alone ended that crisis. You overcame the difficult situation by working as one with your Pokemon. We trainers raise Pokemon by giving them items and by teaching them new techniques for battle. But we ourselves also learn many things from our Pokemon. And this is where your achievements are put to the test against that. Others like you have achieved, or against blah blah blah. What others of you, blah, blah, blah. Now, who can most elegantly dance with their Pokemon in Hoenn? I know that's a nod to your Ludicolo. Show me right here and now! Yeah, baby, this is our favorite metrosexual. This is Wallace with his cloak and his perfectly coiffed hair. Anyway, he is going to be starting with a Wailord, and this thing is bulky as hell. It's a pure water type, so I wanted to start with DeWalt, and I don't want to go with a Thunder because I don't think I'm going to one-shot it with a Thunderbolt, even though it is very weak to us, but we'll see. You know, this thing mostly tries to set up with a Rain Dance, but it also has Blizzard, so be wary. Are we going to one-shot? Yes! We're going to one-shot! Yes! Yes! That is so hype. Anyway, I was going to say, guys, this guy, or his Wailord also has Blizzard, so if you have Grovyle or any grass type, just be wary of that if you're starting out. He's going straight into Gyarados, which is normally an ace that he likes to keep up his sleeve, but this thing is, what, quad, weak to electric, so we're just gonna keep rolling with DeWalt here and hope we can outspeed. I think we should be able to. Thunderbolt again, let's see what happens. I'm expecting another one-shot here. At the very least, you should do a crap ton of damage. That's another one! Let's go! Let's go! Gyarados down, that's 2 down. 2 down and we're not even busting a sweat, guys. Honestly, guys, I think that this might be our easiest fight yet, just because we have so many answers to water type. You know, I unintentionally kind of did that, was packed our team with water type Pokemon, or water type effective Pokemon, just because there's so many water type in the game that it did end up becoming very, very useful for this Wallace fight. Anyway, I'm not trying to jinx that. I'm knocking on wood now. But he's going to throw a Whiscash out now. We're going to go with Rango because it's ground and water. So we should be able to one-shot this thing with a Leaf Blade. I'm not expecting this thing to be able to handle Rango. Or do we want a Giga Drain here? I don't know. I don't really know. Well, the special physical split doesn't matter. So anyway, we're going to Leaf Blade. We're going to Leaf Blade and hope that he dies here. I don't know. I don't think, yeah, there's no way this thing hangs on, right? It's quad weak too. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's 3 down. That's 3 down, and we've used 3 moves, guys. That is nuts. Who's he gonna throw out next? Milotic already. Huh. This thing is a pain in the ass. Yeah, let's go with DeWalt. I'm pretty sure this thing is a pure water type. But this thing is bulky as all hell. I believe it has Toxic, which I'm sure it's probably going to try and use. And I think it also has Ice Beam to try and cover its ass. But let's see what a Thunderbolt can do here. This is its highest. This is his best Pokemon too, by the way. His highest level 58. We did about half. Yeah, it's got a Toxic. It also has a Citrus Berry, so I wouldn't be surprised if it uses it here. I don't want DeWalt to die. I really don't want him to die. Yeah, Citrus Berry. There it is. See? You know, I'm thinking, guys, we might, for the first time in just having... We should have went for Thunder there, honestly. Like, off the bat and see how much that did. Oh, come on! Now he's going to full restore. Yeah. Or he's going to use recover. Okay. How much does this do? Just enough for us to not be able to kill you. At least he's not going to have an opportunity to full restore here, though. I think. Come on, let's see if we can knock you out here. Come on, please, baby, please. Oh, come on! You keep holding on with that! Brother, and now he's gonna Surf Body Slam. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Oh my gosh. You know what, guys? Yeah, he's gonna full restore here, and so are we. Do I not have a full restore? Oh my god, that is so bad. I don't have any. Oh gosh. We're gonna have to settle for a Hyper Potion. That sucks. Because we're still going to be... We're going to have Toxic Poison. And that only gets worse with every hit. So he's going to Surf, and then we're probably going to die. Okay. Do we go for the Thunder here? And just try and hope for the best? This is not good. This is not good. 75% accuracy. We're going to go for it. Yes! It hits! How much does this do? How much does this do? Oh! Alright, Citrus Berry is gone, though. Surf. Come on, can you hang on to Walt? But the poison's gonna kill us. Yeah, the poison's gonna kill us here, right? Oh! No! Alright, Rango. You need to get in there and you need to kill. You need to bury the hatchet right now. Leaf Blade, we better outspeed you. Please. Please. Yes! 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 Alright. His best Pokemon is down. Next, he should be going for Ludicolo, I would imagine. We grew a level there. That's good. Oh, he's going for Tentacruel here, which we needed to Walt for. You know what? We might have to... Labubu, no. Let's go for Bruce. Let's try Ice Beam. I know what this thing's gonna do. It's gonna Toxic and Sludge Bomb and try to chip us with with poison. But if we can't kill it, I think we're gonna have to make Bruce a bit of a sacrificial lamb and revive DeWalt, because that's really the only thing. This thing can potentially... Wow! Oh, it's not... Oh my god. What am I doing, bro? What the hell am I doing? Alright, we're gonna have to sacrificial lamb Bruce. I did not think that one through. Yeah, let's super... Yeah, let's max revive DeWalt just in case. I can't imagine we're going to lose it at this point because he has 2 Pokemon left. But he also has one max revive or whatever the hell it is left. Full restore left. My bad, I can't speak. I'm just locked in. I'm locked in. He has one... Wow. Holy hell. Wow, that just did so much damage. Yeah, he's got 1 super repel left, and so he technically... I'm going to treat it like he has 3 Pokemon left. I know his next one, it's Ludicolo, and that thing is... I'm not really worried. I think Guts is going to be able to take that fairly quickly with Aerial Ace. But this thing is a little bit more problematic, because it is so bulky. I mean, the thing about Wallace and just the nature of using water types in general is that, you know, your team is bound to just be super freaking bulky. So honestly, I mean, this is the champion. If there is a time to use cheap-ass items, it's probably now. And I don't really feel too bad because considering how we perform with the rest of the Elite Four... Yes! 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 God, DeWalt! DeWalt is our freaking... He's our MVP, honestly, of the Elite Four. I know I said it was Bruce in an earlier video, but DeWalt is absolutely just handling this guy. Holy cow. Yeah, let's go with Guts. I think Aerial Ace should be able to make some pretty quick work of Ludicolo. I'm not really worried about Ludicolo. Excuse me. But we'll see. But anyway, yeah, the nature of having a water-type team in general is, you know, it's going to be super bulky. So let's see what Aerial Ace can do here. This should at least do half, right? Yeah, okay. And you're going to set up with a double team, which sucks. And you also have Leech Seed. So Ludicolo, this thing's probably not going to go down without a fight if we don't hit this here. Wait, it's a 100 accuracy move. What am I saying? That's GG's. That's GG's. That's GG's! Let's go, baby! That is Champion Elite Four Wallace down! We're looking at the new Elite Four champion, baby! The new Pokemon League champion! That is us! Let's go! Ho, 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 ho. I, the champion, fall in defeat. Yeah, bro, go back to Claire's, bro. I know you're gonna get some clip-on earrings. That was wonderful work! You were elegant, infuriatingly so, and yet it was utterly glorious. Kudos to you, Odie. You are a truly noble Pokemon trainer. Wow, that honestly was not difficult. As much as difficult as it should have been. Wallace, the Pokemon you sent into battle. At times they danced like a spring breeze. What the hell? And at times they struck like lightning. It was with light, yet sure-footed elegance that you led your Pokemon. Even I felt bedazzled by your masterful performance. Yo, Wallace, you're getting more and more sus, bro, with every sentence that you speak. You now stand at the glorious peak of the Pokemon League. I now proclaim you to be the new Hoenn region. May just comes in and interrupts this. I honestly don't remember this. Odie, here's some advice before you... Why are you giving us advice, bro? We just beat him. Yeah. Dude, it's just since the beginning you've been in my shadow, May. You are a non-factor. Huh, what? What? Odie, could it be that it's already over? Yeah, I'm like that. Oh, we got Birch? What's up, bro? See, what did I tell you, May? Didn't I tell you that you don't need to worry about Odie? Yeah, even your dad knows I'm him. What's up with that, May? I beat your ass, what, like 4 times throughout the series, and it's still not clocking to you? She was at Biebercella. Odie, you finally done it. When I heard that you defeated your own father at the Petalburg gym, I thought perhaps you had a chance. But to think you've actually become the champion. Yes. What became of your Pokédex? Here, oh, my Pokédex is atrocious, Birch. You're gonna be I did not care about that at all. I was fully in it for my self-ventures. So you've seen 155 Pokemon and you've caught 27. Some Pokemon only appear in certain areas. You must be persistent. Professor Birch. Anyways, congratulations. Now, go proudly into the final room. Wallace, Odie? No, let me rephrase that properly. The new champion. Come with me. Get the hell out of here, May. You're not wanted. I'm sorry, but from here on, only those trainers. Yeah, May. Yep. Go to the back of the room. We don't need you here. Go away. Go away. Nah, I'm only joking. I actually like May, honestly, as a rival. I honestly don't even consider her a rival, to be honest, because the rival fights with her are just so easy. Honestly, congratulations. Anyway, guys, in Ruby and Sapphire, the champion is Steven, who I honestly think is so much cooler than Wallace. No shade to Wallace. I do like Wallace. And other than Juan in this game, who is the 8th gym leader, he would be the 8th gym leader. It would be Wallace. But I like Wallace. I don't think, you know, it's kind of a theme with this Elite Four in general. You know, I don't think the Hoenn Elite Four is that menacing, to be honest. They're just not my favorite. You know, my favorite is probably Sinnoh. I think they have the best Elite Four, and then obviously Cynthia is, like, the best champion. I mean, she's loved by the community. But yeah, I'm kind of indifferent about Wallace, and I think Steven is cooler. I would have appreciated if they just kept him as the champion, because I think he's a better fight. And his team is also a lot more interesting and better in honestly every single way. But anyway, no shade to Wallace. I think that he is probably a better gym leader. That's all I'll say. Anyway, Wallace. This room. This is where we keep records of the Pokemon that prevailed through harsh battles. It is here that the League Champions are honored. Okay. Come on, let's record your name as a trainer who triumphed over the Pokemon League, and the names of the partners who battled with you. Let's see who we got. That's the team. That's the old team, man. The old firecrackers. Wow, I honestly can't believe we made it this far. DeWalt, that's probably our MVP. Let's go. Bruce is a close second. He's gonna get the Cy Young award. I don't know. Labubu was a good staller. Rango was definitely important. Guts, not so much. He really didn't do shit this. Honestly, late game with Guts, he did not do much. And Groucho was good. I have no complaints about Groucho. I would definitely use a Claydol again. I enjoyed using Claydol. Good Pokemon. Honestly, I think every Pokemon we had was a good Pokemon. Wow, our freaking playtime is wild. 54 freaking minutes. Guys, I can't believe this is over. It took so long. I'm not gonna lie, this playthrough, I thought that I would be able to do this in like 3 months, and it's been, I started in August. It's been like 7 or 8 months. Holy crap. That is a freaking long time. Longer than anything that I could have imagined for a playthrough. For a couple of reasons. I mean, I went to Greece. You know, there's a move in there for me. Moving back for my job, you know, moving in with my girlfriend. So yeah, it's just crazy. like if you go and you know, sometimes I even do this. You go back, you look at my older videos. Number one, how freaking bad they are, and I will be the first to admit like how terrible my stage presence and, you know, just planning and like actually trying to make a meaningful, entertaining video. They were not good to begin with, but hey, it's a learning process, and I have learned so freaking much throughout this process in general. And it's really ignited a passion for me to create more content and to continue to make these videos because they're really, really fun, guys. And that's just really what it is. You know, I'm not doing it for anything else other than it's really fun. And, you know, I'm actually gaining some people that, you know, are following me along the way. That was a wild voice crack. Pause. You know, I think there's like 25 of you now, which is wild. You know, I remember when I got my first subscriber, and I was like, holy crap, somebody actually cares about the videos that I'm making, and that feels great. And the fact that there are 25-ish of you now, it's like, oh my god, like I can't even fathom that there are more than 10 people that actually give a crap about what I'm making. And that honestly feels really good. It gives me more motivation to go out there and make better content. So that feels great. Like I said, you know, I have some notes here. You know, it's not the end. There's still some, you know, post-game content. And you know, I have some things in mind. I think I'm going to try to do some things that I think would be, number one, especially unique for a Pokemon Emerald playthrough, but also particularly entertaining for you guys as well. So stay tuned. You know, I'm going to try to get at least 3 videos out this week in order to make up for like my 2-week hiatus that happened, you know, before the Wallace fight. The end, guys. That's it. So, you know, hopefully we'll get to that, or those will be coming out later in the week for you know, your viewing. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and, you know, yeah, I know it's not the end, and I'm sure when it is the last video, I have this very sappy and, sentimental, speech, I guess, but I just want to say I'm very grateful for this, and very grateful for kind of how far I've come, and you know, this, even though it is small, the following that I've built, it feels really good, and it's something that I've never really experienced before, and it just adds fuel to me wanting to continue to do this and make better and better content. And like I said, guys, I know that like my earlier videos were not the best, and I honestly, even now, I think there's a lot more that I could be doing. And, you know, for those of you that are following and are subscribed, just know that the more and more that I learn and the more and more that I do, the better that things are going to get and the more entertaining for you guys that it will be. So, with that being said, I appreciate everybody watching up until this point, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.